Hey, today why don't we muck around with something new here? So we're going to start off with MUCKQuest with making a USB stick. One of these little guys. So, these are, you can get these really cheap, stuff like this, but you can make your own. So why don't we get started on that? Hey, if you happen to like the content you see on here, I would appreciate it if you subscribed and give this video a like. That would be even better. But even better than all of that is all of this. You could actually help support the channel through Patreon. You can become a patron. You can also provide support through LiberaPay, liberapay.com. You can also help support the channel with Monero Crypto and with Dogecoin. So the wallet addresses are down below. So is a link to Patreon and to LiberaPay. So back to the video. Alright, so what we've got going on is we actually have, a couple of USB sticks here. This one is 32 gigabytes big, and this one happens to be 128. Very easy to use. You take these, you plug these into your computer, and you can use it to save data to, stuff like this. But these are, as far as the grand scheme of it goes, these are fairly small. So what you can do, you can actually make your own, make it a lot bigger. So to do this, we need a couple of things. One is we need an enclosure. So here we have one right here. This is the Silverstone MS09, and it's it's fairly long. So in comparison, you can see the length difference. So it is kind of big. But this here, what this does is that this uses flash memory. There's a chip and uses flash, and this one happens to be USB 3 because you got the blue in there. This one is more or less USB 3, but they've got red in there, but it's USB 3. SanDisk just wanted to be different. It's, typically the red should be for USB 4, I think. I could be wrong, but, it might have that kind of speeds, but I don't know. I don't go any faster than 3, because that's all. I don't need anything faster than that. So, with these, when you buy one of these, you can get off Amazon. I got a link down below for that. It comes with this in the package, and there's a little thumb thing here. You push on that, push like that, and there's your little plug right there. So it comes with this little screwdriver, the little Phillips screwdriver, because there's 4 screws in in each of the corners. So what we would need to do is we would need to actually remove those to get it open. And once you have all the screws out, you just put those off to the side. Don't want to lose them because you have to put them back in. But once those are out, you can basically just take off the top. There's that. And then you've got this little circuit board inside. It's not much of one. Nerds would call it a PCB, which is a printed circuit board. So it's a circuit board. And this is where you would actually place your drive. There's a little slot for it right here, and then over here there's a mounting post, which actually has a little screw on it that you'll have to loosen up to do it. And then what you would need is you'd need to get one of these. There's a link to one of these down below, and this is a solid state drive. This one here happens to be 500 gigabytes because I did use this before, but I'm not using it for anything now. So anything realistic for anything that I've got going on. So I'm going to use it for this video for demonstration. So basically we take this, and when it comes to making these, you want to have it be SATA, S-A-T-A. And that's because on the actual drive itself, there's two keys. You can call them keys, you know, A key, B key, whatever this one is, whatever it is. And essentially what you need to do is you find the little doodad and you just slide it in. There, that's in. And then this is where you actually have to loosen up the screw here on the end. So you basically loosen that. You could actually go ahead and remove it, because it does make it a little easier. And then, excuse me for a second here, I'm going to take it out. Here we are. And what this does is that you actually want to plug this right here on the end, because that's actually going to hold it down towards the board without actually breaking it. So we take that, we take the little mounting screw, we put that in like so, gently, because it does like to flob around, and then you gently screw it back in like so, and there we go. And you can see, you know, you've got that little gap, and if you look here on the end, you actually see, if I can get it on close to the thing there, get that to focus. It's not focusing, but you can see the gap in there, so you want that. And then from that point you can actually put it back into your drive enclosure like that, you see. But what we want is, you know, the top of it has this section right here, which is the, you know, it's got your little slide. So you want to make sure that that side, which is this side here, is up, and you want to make sure that, you know, this portion here sits like that, so that when it slides like that. See? And then gently place this back on like so. And then you can place the back cover back on. And, you know, and before we put the screws in, I'll just hold it in place. Take the thumb here, and boom, 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 boom. There we go. There, and once it's all done, here you go. You now have a custom-made, built, or whatever, USB stick. This one is 500 gigabytes. Now, out of the box, get one of these and build it. You can pretty much take it, place it right into your computer, and it'll read as a drive, and you know, you can go ahead and do that. On Windows, it's very easy. And same thing on Linux. But on the Linux side, if you want to have it be Linux-esque, then what you want is you want to basically format it and partition it so that it's actually, you know, a Linux drive. And these are very useful for, let's say, you know, from 256 gigabytes and higher. You know, this one is, you know, is now 500 gigabytes. But you can get, I have another one here. So here's this one. I've got this one here. This happens to be 1 terabyte. Now these would be good for, you know, let's say you've got a lot of sensitive data and stuff like that. You need to save it, you need to archive it, stuff like that. These would be great for that. You know, because you would save your data to it, and you can remove these, pop them right out of the computer, and you can store them. And then you can just grab it again and plug it right on in next time you need to use it. So you can do that. You know, my first one is this one right here. This one was just the aluminum, you know, grade. And I spray painted it with hammered copper to give it kind of like a little bit of a steampunky kind of look. And you know, the drive that's in here was in here first, and I actually used that to install Linux Mint on it, so I could boot my all-in-one machine from this. And then later on, I basically cloned this to a solid-state drive inside the unit, and you can see a video for that right up here. Yeah. Sorry, I'm using the phone, so the image is backwards. So I'm just trying. So, you know, and you can also do other similar things. You know, if you happen to get like one of these little guys, you know, it's a USB for SATA, and it's a USB 3 to SATA connector, and you can attach it to hard drives, you know, like this. You know, and I did that with this one. Plug it in, boom, there it is. And now I've got a hard drive, and I actually have an instance of Linux Mint on this that I use for maintenance. So, and this drive actually came from a machine that was my father's from 2009, and it's got over 500 bad sectors on it, but it operates, and so it ignores those bad sectors, and it's running fine. And you know, discovered having issues on that machine, on that laptop, but the laptop itself is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But enough about that. So that's what we've got going on with that. So there we go for you know, making your own USB sticks. So that's just a little fun project for you to do. So you know, when you want to muck around with some hardware, you can do that. So, you know, and you get a free little screwdriver with it, you know, and you can use that same screwdriver to use on these things all you want. And you know, the size of the head is also perfect for eyeglasses. So you've got a nice long eyeglass screwdriver that if you can just keep it in your drawer should you ever need it. And you know, so that's what I do with this one. I just throw it in my top drawer right there, and there we go. So that's pretty much it for this video here. So if you like what you see, subscribe, and consider helping support the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll talk to you later. So, Skál.